Live on 2K Sports. Here we go. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Looking at San Antonio, they want to turn it around after the loss. Back to Mobley. Second shot opportunity. And Valanciunas with the layup.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
Westbrook. Valanciunas on the double team. Porzingis can't hit. And Barrett has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. And the call will be against R.J. Barrett. That's his first foul. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka, so we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling you guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second. That's all it took.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw of the game. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
You know, he's really a good passer for a big man, guys. Porzingis, very solid at setting up his teammates.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. Valanciunas, good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Out to the right wing. Now Siakam. 5 points in the game. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Nailed from three-point land.
Nice assist there. Typically attacking with the scoring move. This time Wiggins attacks with the pass.
Back to Suggs. And Suggs throws it down.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Down low. And Wiggins throws it down.
Yeah, man, was it nice. You know where Wiggins' explosiveness comes from, though, right? His parents, a world-class sprinter and an NBA player. Now that is platinum-level DNA.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Defenders really struggle to keep up with Russell Westbrook. It's probably because he's such a dynamic and aggressive athlete.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And so it's San Antonio with it. Over to the left wing. Pass to Barrett. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
This guy is a fantastic athlete. Barrett looking like a man on a mission with that slam.
Now here's Westbrook. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Porzingis, that's a 2. The Rockets again can't hit. Pass to Suggs.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
In the corner, it's Mobley. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Back to Mobley. And the shot goes in.
Assist foul.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
After exploding onto the NBA radar in 2019, Siakam Clark has been a sure thing on offense.
Well, you know what you're going to get from Pascal Siakam. I mean, whether it's in the open floor or in the half-court sets, he's a guy you can count on delivering when you give him the ball in those situations. His offense never takes a night off.
Mobley with the block.
Mobley is one of the best defenders in the NBA. When he's not blocking shots, he's altering them.
Valanciunas draws the double. Hits the layup after the sweep pump fake to freeze the D. Valanciunas has got 8 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Now, here's Westbrook. And a wide open look for Siakam. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 8.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
Pass to Christie. Mobley a screen. Takes it inside. Christie can't make it.
You know, even though it's a point-blank range shot, that's not an easy one, especially when the defense is that tight.
Suggs in the corner. Wiggins with some nice D.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
At the end of the first quarter, with the score.
It's been all about Jonas Valanciunas.
14. The Spurs. 14.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
In that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
The league is attempting, Clark, to minimize flopping. Do you like the technical foul assessment for just that act?
Yeah, I do. I really do, because that way you can get it out of the game. These guys are as big, as strong as any athletes in the world. They shouldn't be falling down as much as they do trying to draw a foul.
Knocks it loose. Mobley with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect. And it's the Rockets with the ball, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. Siakam for 3.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Let's check in on the status now of Valanciunas with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Spurs head athletic trainer. And this is an unfortunate injury and potentially devastating for them. Really not the way you want to start the season. Some bad luck right out of the gate. Kevin?
Thanks for the status report there, David. At least we now know, Greg, how he's doing.
Yeah, when you talk injury, the unknown factor is always a difficult thing to deal with.
And, you know, for him, just watching his teammates unable to contribute, that's really a helpless feeling.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Porzingis has got 4 this quarter.
Defenses struggle with Porzingis in the paint. I mean, he's able to shoot right over most defenders.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Pass to Westbrook. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, this team takes on a different attitude when Porzingis imposes his will like that. His energy and attitude, infectious.
Now, here's Bagley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Goes up again. Pass to Suggs. Back to Bagley. 13 feet away. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And at this stage, this is where Bagley feels most comfortable. I mean, knows he has the size and touch to score inside.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. Rockets trail by 12.
Substitution on the court.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Pass to Hauser. Shot clock at 5. And here is Williams. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs leading by 12. Now, here's Suggs. Pass to Christie. 6 on the shot clock. Bagley with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. And here are the Rockets now. They'll take on the Thunder at Paycom Center after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Siakam for 3. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen.
It's first triple of the second quarter, 3rd of the game. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
Guys, it is symbolic of their effort here tonight.
Here's Hauser. Still scoreless. Pass to Siakam. Now Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
Now Mobley. Covered by Siakam. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. Trains the 3-pointer. Suggs has got 5 now.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
I really like how they're knifing inside with confidence, exploiting any openings they see in the defense, taking advantage.
And, guys, another thing I love is their pursuit of the ball. I mean, creating second-chance opportunities just with effort.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. 11-point game. Here's Hauser. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Even after some serious injuries, Oladipo still has some takeoff.
Jackson, that's good. Pippen feeling it out a bit. 3 seconds left.
clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Your Rockets.
And so it's the San Antonio Spurs enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their defense has been very effective in locking down Russell Westbrook. We come back right after this. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Nuggets trail by 12. And here is Siakam. On the wing, Williams. To the inside. And the dunk by Porzingis.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Now, here's Bagley. Yes, that goes in.
The assist.
And it's 6 points for Marvin Bagley.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's the floater. Siakam misses. Right now, I'll send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Pascal Siakam is nominally a power forward, but his versatility at both ends of the floor allows him to play a number of roles. Siakam says that's where the NBA has been going. It's always positionless basketball, and I feel like I can do anything. And in today's game, Kevin, that means tremendous value for Siakam. Back to you.
Doesn't it? My goodness, David, he is something else. Thank you very much. Rockets trailed by 14. Outside, Porzingis. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
What impresses me most about Porzingis is how versatile he is. I love that about a big man who does a little bit of everything.
Spurs making a switch here. And both free throws good for Porzingis.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Right wing. Back to Barrett. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Edwards from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. To the middle. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
To the paint. Here's Mobley. Rebound by Williams.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Gets it down to single digits. Porzingis has got 13.
That's a weapon Porzingis uses effectively. I mean, teams are ready for it now, but there's still not a lot you can do against him when he's knocking down the three.
And here's the fast break. Siakam leading the way.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Spurs leading by 7. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Back to Suggs. Porzingis with the steal. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Brown. Here's Williams. No good on that one. Nice D from Barrett.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and That's why they're ahead.
Yeah, ferocious at the rim. Bagley can finish with power or finesse.
Porzingis can't hit. 3-on-3. And Mobley throws it down.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Inside. Deflects the pass. And it's Houston on the break. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when you see Wiggins starting to develop that mindset, that mental edge, knows he has the defender in trouble, and he's able to draw the foul as a result.
And Barrett has got the ball here for the Spurs.
2 minutes.
Led by as many as 14 points. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game marks the start of a 5-game homestand, the longest of the season. Clock at 6. And Mobley throws it down.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Right side, Porzingis. The Rockets again can't hit.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Barrett. It's rebounded by Houston. Well, they've got some work to do to cut into this lead.
And no need to get away from the game plan, though. There's plenty of time to get back in it.
And here's the fast break. Suggs leading the way.
Tremendous effort from Suggs on the fast break. I tell you, it's not easy to keep up with him.
Over in the quarter, Porzingis. Wiggins outside. Pass to Siakam. Here's Williams. Back to Siakam. Misses and the dry spell continues.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Pass to Wiggins. Porzingis can't hit.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And that one is good. Barrett's got 9 points.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And so it's San Antonio with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter.
39. The Spurs, 58.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Spurs leading by 19. Oladipo with the ball. Driving in.
Oh, yeah! The bounce, the creativity, the strength. When Oladipo rises up, he's looking to punch it down as hard as he can.
Houston moving it around. Wiggins left side. 5 to shoot. Here's Siakam. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
Out to Edwards. On the wing, Jackson. Good on the triple.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first.
And Edwards with the stop.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Brown. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Edwards. And no good. Good D by Siakam. Here's Brown. To the paint. It's stolen by Edwards. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
Well, I tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here he goes. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Boy, that's outstanding court awareness from Oladipo. Head up and found the open man.
Here's Brown. Siakam left side. Outside, Porzingis. From outside, off the mark.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
To the middle. Pass to Edwards. Williams with the block.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
Oladipo taking his time here. 4 on the shot clock. Jackson misses. And so it's Houston with it. Out to the wing. For 3, Siakam.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Pass to Oladipo.
2 minutes.
There's Jackson with the 3.
2 minutes.
Porzingis with the rebound. 1:57 left in the game. To the wing on the left. Siakam outside. Tries to keep it alive. Edwards with it. The kick out to Oladipo. .130 left in the fourth quarter. Back to Edwards. Pass to Abaji. Clock is at 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Abaji.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
And the big difference here was accuracy from three-point range.
And once they started sinking shots, it really stretched out the D and created other opportunities. And anytime they got space, they seemed to just knock down another triple.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And guys, when you're going head-to-head against someone 4 times over the course of a season, it's a great feeling to snatch that first one. Good in-game adjustments tonight against Houston.
And a lot of players tonight helped contribute to this performance, but in particular, a real good game it was for R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, and he was relentless, nonstop energy. I mean, he just never slowed down or turned off.
Pass to Edwards. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
San Antonio ball. At the line for the Spurs.
And no good on the technical, so unable to pick that one up.
Well, you know, from role player to star, Oladipo's transformation has been remarkable. I mean, he's a guy who is really hungry to be an all-time great.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Rockets ball.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Antonio ball.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Oladipo outside.